Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Jordan Sharp, and today we're going to be looking at how those odds have been acting up for the game between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. How you doing today, Jordan?
I'm doing good, Dax. Thanks, man.
All righty, my man. So I know that I don't have to tell you this, but you know the oldest rivalry will be decided by a close margin, or at least that's what bookies think right now, as they opened the pack at a 7.5 spread. Now, since then, the majority of the books have dropped that hook and now have Green Bay at -7. Anyways, I mean, the way that Cutler's been playing right now, where do you think this line is going to close out?
I think 7. I think you're looking at where it's going to close out. If it does, I think it's probably going to maybe go to 7.5 because the books that do have it at even 7 points have it juiced at -115. So I think we'll actually see that half point at 7.5 is where the game will close before Sunday night. But like you said, man, unless the Bears come out and just win this game by 3 touchdowns, even if they just won, even if they just win it barely, I don't think you can trust them that much. But the likelihood of that happening is very low because they just literally cannot beat the Packers. I mean, I think it's like Aaron Rodgers has like a great record against the Bears. I'm not sure what it is, but it's absolutely embarrassing. And Chicago, I want to say, because when I saw this line, I thought the Bears can cover this. The Bears can keep this game close, or they can get the upset because Green Bay is not perfect right now. This is probably the worst Green Bay team that this Chicago team has had to play in the last 3 years, I think, by far, other than when the year that obviously I think Rodgers got hurt. So 2 of the last 3 years. So I think they can cover this spread. I'm really pessimistic on the Bears right now, obviously, but I think they can cover this spread. But they're going to have to really ramp up the pass rush and get Aaron Rodgers moving. And, sometimes that's a bad thing too, but I think that's really the only way that they're going to have a shot in this game. And obviously, Jay Cutler needs to keep the ball throwing to people in Bears uniforms. That is obviously probably maybe even the biggest factor of this game. But
no doubt.
That should go unsaid, but unfortunately with the Bears right now, it's not.
And I think that he actually can take advantage of the Packers secondary right now, because it's been pretty flimsy as of late, and he does have top wide receivers. I mean, he has Alshon Jeffries on one side, and he's got Brandon Marshall on the other. And I believe that they're going to start to incorporate a little bit more of the run game, so Matt Forte should have a little bit more stellar time going on. I mean, I don't like the line right now, and I don't know if the Bears could actually come and win it. But it is an interesting game where we could actually have a lot of points on the board.
Oh yeah, that is absolutely true. And you mentioned that they probably can take advantage of that secondary, but it looks like the Packers will have Sam Shields back again this week, and Morgan Burnett as well. So that's obviously going to give them some help at the corner and safety position. But the key, you mentioned it, the key for this game is absolutely going to be Matt Forte and the Bears running game, because the Packers have shown that they will give up yards on the ground this season. And if the Bears are running the football, that means absolutely things are going to open up for that passing game. And also needs to be mentioned, is that the Bears are dealing with a couple of injuries to a couple of key offensive linemen right now who only went through light practice today. Both their guards, Josh Sitton and TJ Lang, are both questionable for this Sunday's game. That could really, really help the Bears in this game. So you might want to keep that in mind, because they also, I think the the Packers just getting back their center as well this season that was supposed to start. I believe he's on the injured reserve for a little while, designated to return. So this is an offensive line that's going through some things right now, and it's a Bears defensive line that has the ability to get some pass rush available. So rush the passers, they're absolutely going to cover this game and possibly even upset. But those are 2 really big ifs. And if you add in Jay Cutler potentially not playing that well in Lambeau Field, which is another obviously huge factor of this game, that all those 3 things considered, this might be a little bit too much risk for you to take points with the Bears. But I don't think the Packers are the play on the other side either. You may be right. The total may be even the safest play for this game. I personally, though, as a Bears fan, I just keep talking myself into them. The more I talk myself back into them, even though I'm pessimistic with them. And because let's be honest, if they lose this week, their playoff hopes are done in that division. So they better put it all together this week, or it ain't happening.
Well, I think you definitely got a spot next to me and my Saints, man. So I mean, if you want to go down that boat with me, man, you're more than welcome.
No, the Saints play in a horrible division. The Bears play in a division where there's 2 legitimate teams that could win the NFC. So don't even get me started on that. The Saints division is garbage. So I don't want to hear it from you, Dax.
All right, no worries. Then I haven't said anything, my man. Jordan, my pleasure talking football with you, and I look forward to doing this again next week.
All right, Dax, go Bears.
No problem. For SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.